cursing them off, man. When you see they do something wrong, don't spend all the time cursing them off. Tell them you love them still and correct them in love. Right? That works better than, telling them that they're not worth anything, they are good for nothing, and they seem like their old father. Or, the father's not a good one. Mothers, that's what we say sometimes. That's what you say sometimes, right? We don't have mothers in here that say that I am so happy, right? Because I know that the mothers now, when you're not getting the support from the father and the children give you trouble, the first person you turn to, just stay like your father, not true? Right, we know how that goes. But mothers, as I say that, I must commend you mothers, because trust me, if it wasn't for you, where would our children be? If it wasn't for you, where would our children be? And I can't say that without commending the fathers though, because we know that there are many fathers who are mothers and fathers too, as well as the mothers who are mothers and fathers. We know that there are many fathers who are playing the role of father and mother. So fathers, we really, really commend you too for coming out. Can we ask the fathers to stand? I always do this. Can we ask the fathers to stand? Alright? Yes. Thank you very much, fathers, for your presence. I used to hold your special, we had to call you out. So that's why we need to have you all the time, alright? Right, so we're talking about knowing your child, providing the support for your child at this crucial juncture in their life. Alright? We are happy that we can meet in this fashion, and we want you always to work with us, and we know you're going to be working with us all through the year. So, we know that our children are out of school for 2 years. So, parents, this grade 9 is very, very, very important for your child to settle down and to try and catch up on whatever the child missed out on. We know that they missed out on quite a bit. It was not just the academics that they missed out on, they missed out on their social interaction, which is crucial. We're finding out when the students came back in January, that term there, I mean, it's like they were at each other. They were happy to see each other, but at the same time, at the moment somebody touched on their toe, it was a problem. Right? And we don't think they have gotten over it yet, because as we started come back to school, we're having 1 or 2 fights. So they're still not getting used to being together. Everything is a problem. Alright? So it's going to take a little while for them to settle down and stuff like that. But we know we'll get there, and we know it's difficult to, to go on without having the conflicts and so on. But we're trying very, very hard to get your child to the point where we can settle differences without having the fights. All right? Grade 9, midway between grade 11, and you know at grade 11 they're going to do their CXCs. Don't pressure your child to do any CXC subjects at grade 9, please. No pressure there. Alright? They can wait their time and take their turn to get to that level. Alright? So no pressure for them at grade 9, please. If they're asked to do it, you guide them. Say, listen, this present grade 9, remember they were out of school for 2 years? It would not be a good idea. Not a good idea. Passing a subject at grade 9, there's still so much a child can learn. And once they sit the exam at grade 9, they feel they have arrived. I don't need to learn anything more. But there are 2 more years of learning at this level, really. Right? They have time, so don't rush them. Just tell them, listen, take your time, get back to some kind of structure at school, learn as much as they can, and get that solid foundation, and then they can focus on their safety. Remember, they're doing 18 to 19 subjects, plus they're going to take up a safety subject again. It's not a good idea. Alright? So let them settle down in grade 9, let them perform their best, then they can think about that in the next grade 10, well, preferably at grade 11. Alright? So parents, let's just help them to take their time to get their education in. Alright? I won't be very long, right? But plan for the success of the child. Nutrition is key, parents. Nutrition, please don't let them leave home and then come, in the town or wherever to stop and buy what I call empty food, meaning there's nothing of substance in the food except sugar, which is, it's energy, yes, but they're not getting the protein and the vitamins and so on. If your child can't eat in the morning, just give them a sandwich, no? Give them something to walk with, and then when they come to school, they can sit and eat it. Don't let them run out of the house and don't have anything to eat, because guess what? They might not get anything to substance to eat until break time, and then they're hungry. They can't eat when they're hungry. So make sure, they can't learn when they're hungry. So make sure you get them to have something of substance to eat before they come to school. Or if they can't eat early, give them something in their bags so that they can come to school and have it to eat. Alright? I don't want to take up much more time. There's so much more I could say to you. But parents, I'm going to ask you just to continue to love and support your child every step of the way. Provide for them in every way that you can. Provide incentives for them. Congratulate them when they need to be congratulated. Correct them in love when they need to be corrected. Alright? We know that they will eventually be what the Lord intended them to be, and you in the long run will be happy that you invested all of this in your child. Alright? So God bless you, and thanks for coming, and I turn over now to Mr. Kogel. Alright? Thank you very much. Mr. Rowe? Mr. Kogel, which one?
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Solis. While we had started, Mr. Kogel, one of our vice principal, had come in, and Mr. Kogel will be addressing you at this time. So a hand for Mr. Kogel, please.
Thank you, Mr. Rowe. Good afternoon, everyone. So this is the face behind the voice that you have been hearing for the past 2 years. Because this is the first time we are actually meeting face to face, right? Yes, so it is very good for us to meet in this fashion. We have a lot to give thanks for the past few years when your children started high school. It was not in this format, but I can tell you since September, we're back to normal. So we have to acknowledge the goodness of God towards us, and we continue to trust Him as we move forward. So I just want to welcome you all to this our first PTA meeting for the grade 9s, and just say I'm looking forward to working with you parents along with the students to make this a wonderful year. Now, let me share something with you that you might not know. I think some of my colleagues might know by now, but my favorite year group at STETS is grade 9. And I'm not saying it because you are the grade 10 parents will tell you that I did not tell them on Tuesday, but I would have told them last year, and I'm serious. My favorite year group, because age is so wonderful working with them. They don't know themselves, they don't know what to do. Some of them, most of them, if you check it out, they don't. They are no longer junior students, but they are not yet senior students. It's the year that they're really beginning to start to find out exactly who am I and what I want to do with my life. Now, I need your help and your help because I am very tired. Because at the start of every school year, I said grade 9 is my favorite year group, right? Well, grade 10 gives Mr. Fogo the most work at the start of the school year. And they were coming from which grade level? If we get it right at grade 9, I will have less work. All right? So I'm just here to talk to you about subject selection for grade 10. Now, Mrs. Sonia said earlier, and I'll ask again, do you know what is happening at the grade 9 level? This is our third week. I don't have the prizes here, but I'm going to ask some questions and promise you at another time to reward you, all right? So the first person to stand and answer the question, how many subjects are grade 9 students doing? 19. So it is it 18 or is it 19? You're the 18. So he's doing 18. So your son tell you that they have to go to guidance class as well? So they will get 18 subjects on their report, but they go to 19 classes. So guidance is included, all right? And I can tell you, the most important class this year, guidance. That's what they want, that is what they need, guidance. So 18 subjects. Is that fair to our students at this stage? If the parents say no, how are you going to get the students when they come home? No. Really and truly, grade 9 is not stress. Grade 9 is exciting. And we soon get to that. It is a crash course. Remember I said earlier they told some of them want to we have to expose them. So the different areas, so they might go to mechanical technology. Why me not really like this, you know? They go to auto, yeah, me feel they go better here. So we have to give them options and choices. Encourage them in every subject area to give up their best. All of it. So in their minds, they know, you know, I'm going to grade 10, I'm going to do 8 subjects. So right now, me not do Spanish at grade 10. When we go to class, me not do that error there. That's how they think. Right now, some of them can't wait for grade 10 and the attitude starts from now. It's a no. So I'm going to sat there and Mrs. Sones was speaking about doing subjects at grade 10. University and colleges are not asking for passes. Yes, it is important, but they ask for what we call a school transcript. And a transcript, you see that report that you get in summer term? The last column that says final average, that is what goes on the transcript. So if you're, and I know parents in here, your child, you have filed for the child or the child is being filed for, that is important. So when the child gets an F for Spanish and goes abroad, it works against them. When a child was getting to university and they check this transcript, when the child could have gotten a B and got them the homework, it acts against them. So I'm going to tell you, anything that they're doing going forward, their best. It can also help you to get scholarships, etc. So it no matter if you're not going to do it at grade 10, as the parents, encourage your children to always give up their best. In return, you should know that sometimes their best lands them at a B or a C. I don't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Give up your best. So 18 subjects. 18 subjects will be reduced to 5 subjects at grade 10, because we have 3 compulsory subjects. Maths, English, are one of the computer-based subjects. Information technology or EDPM. All right? So what happens now? How do we move from the 18 subjects to 5? It has to do with the career of the child. And we have Miss Ben from the guidance department. She'll tell you some more. The child will go through the process of subject selection. That process is done through the guidance department. The students will bring home a sheet, and subjects are set up according to careers. You would have to go through, well, again, the guidance department will, and some who have children here before, you know the process. But the students have to choose 5 subjects that match up to their career. But again, it's not that straightforward for some students. Mr. Kogo, I want to become a doctor. All right? I'm going to do chemistry, biology, and physics. I checked the report, 21% for chemistry, 10% for physics, and 40% for bio. You think that person ready to become a doctor? No. Sorry to say. Or, Mr. Kogo, I love theater arts. I want to go act. But Mr. Kogo, I go home and I tell my mother say, you're an idiot, no come on. I say, you go to school to go act. It works both ways. You find the child wanting to do something, but they have not yet shown ready for that, or they want to do something and they're not getting the support from home. And I tell you, see my colleagues here, see Mrs. Holness there, the students keep coming to the office because of different reasons. But one of the reasons that I can't accept is when a parent does not support what the child wants to do. So gone are the days when you go to school, you become a doctor, a lawyer, an Indian, and a... You don't know this song, so... Those days are long gone. Communication is key. The students know the different careers. There are some careers where the money is. There are some careers that are dying. Work along with the students this year. And that is where I said the guidance department will come in and assist. So it's important that they go to all their classes, get all the information. So at the end of grade 9 now, it's not about if and butting, but they have a clear understanding as to where they want to go. It's not the final destination. As I said, when the summer finishes and they come back to grade 10, it's almost as if for some of them the process starts all over. But it's important that at the first go, the foundation is set and the support comes from home. Alright? So that's one of the key areas that parents and students have to work on. What's my career? What is my interest? Which subjects are best? If a child really wants to do something and they are weak at it, you can get additional help. I don't know if Mrs. Holness mentioned the Even Institute. We don't promote them doing exams at grade 9, but they can stay back at the evening school and get help in the maths, etc. Just get additional help. But you have to be there for them. Now, any questions relating to the subject selection?
Is it just 5 subjects that are to select?
Yes, because at grade 10, the timetable is set up to accommodate subjects overall. And as I said, yes, English, and the ITB, the computer-based subject plus the other thing. Okay, and one important thing. Each student must do a practical subject. They have to do a practical. It is set up in a way that they have to choose one, but just to, so agricultural science, art of food and nutrition, we have a number of practical areas. And as a technical school, our students here on a scale. Alright? Another question?
Just basically your children will take the practical, the parents are not saying.
No, it's the parents are involved in the process.
And then you tell me things that I don't like it. Food and nutrition, that's what he paid. And I'm not in agreement with it. Because I didn't know the other choice, because he didn't tell me.
Okay, get you. So at grade 9, good point. There are some areas that the students have choice to make. So the practical areas, so for example, food and nutrition, what's the other area? And one of the industrial subjects is peer together. So food and nutrition and alright? So both boys and girls have a choice. So the girls can go to auto class, the boys can go to foods class. No, it's just what where their interests lie, or for some persons. So for example, I know students who say, I'm not going to auto class, no matter who I teach it, I'm not going back to that class, and they go to food and nutrition as a substitute. But they don't have to do it, but the practical area, they must try and expose themselves to the practical area in grade 9 that they are interested in doing in grade 10. Not to say that if they choose something that they didn't do, we won't try and accommodate, but it's good for them to get the foundation from grade 9. Alright? And it's an area, I'm happy that you brought it up. I know the form teachers and the coordinators will be speaking to them, but it's important that they are doing the right 18 subjects. Because when they advertise, sometimes when the report is being produced, we find out that a student was not going to either of those subjects. So just, right, classes. So again, and help us to ensure that they are going to the 18 subjects or classes. Alright? Alright, that's it from me for now. Just to say that one area, I don't know if you're fully aware, and we might later on in the term again need your help. So one of the areas that we had concern with was our co-curricular activities. You might know it as our club system. So last year when they returned, there was an afternoon that they had to stay back. We had extended school and encouraged them to join a club. It did not work as we wanted it to work. So what happened this year is that clubs are now timetabled. So the students have to go to a session designated for clubs. Unfortunately now, for grade 9, it's not timetabled. Why? Because of the 18 subjects they do. We couldn't find a space to take from the timetable. So we are encouraging our grade 9 students to join a club that takes place in the afternoon. I know for some students it's going to be difficult because the bus leaves at 3:10. But for those, and as I said, as the term and the year progresses, we are going to put some in place to try and help them a bit more. But we can stay back for a little half an hour or so, encourage them to do so. Again, it's something that is important when they move on. Universities and colleges, they love to see students volunteering and involved in co-curricular activities. They have a special business program at grade 9, and we have asked the business teachers to ensure that all the students are engaged and get or make full use of that program. Later on, again, we'll communicate to you exactly what our expectations are and ask for your support in that regards. So encourage those students who can spend an extra half an hour after school, encourage them to stay back and join a club. One question.
Good evening, everyone. What about if the students are on the track team? They have to do an extracurriculum different from the track team stuff?
All right, so the question was students on the track team and clubs. We encourage students or student athletes, persons who participate at the different sport activities, that they still need to join one of the other clubs. So it would not be applicable for grade 9 or the other grade levels during the course of the day. They go to non-sporting clubs or activities. All right? She was student athletes are encouraged to join another club during the course of the day, not for grade 9, 7, 8, 10, 11, 8. Those students who represent the school at sports, they have an opportunity to join that club during the day. But normally in the afternoon, they have to train. So now that this is in the timetable, they can go to a club during the day and then train in the afternoon. Football, cricket, basketball, all the sporting. Alright, so let me tell you the clubs that are in the afternoon now. That are subject based. So like your science club, your maths club, healthy mental club, Spanish club. So subjects that are clubs that are related to a subject are afternoon. Alright? Alright, so again, if you have any additional questions, just hold them up for the end. And again, I want to wish you all the best. As I said, it's an exciting year, but be there for your children. Talk to them, find out what is happening, find out their friends. I used the remark with the grade 10, when a comment was made, parents, your children are smart. They will outsmart you for the wrong reasons. Know them, encourage them, love them, and help them to fulfill that potential that the Lord has placed in them. So again, I want to wish you all the best for this school year. Thank you.
Thank you very much for supporting. That was a wealth of information. And as we proceed with our agenda, I think you have been getting a whole lot of information and everything is tying in. Earlier, I had said that if you need help, you need to go and get help. But the good thing, we have administrators and teachers here that will provide you with some of the help in these forums. Right? At this time, we are going to move right to the next item, and that deals with career portfolio. And the person from the guidance area, I'm not sure if Mrs. Ben Foster is the person that is going to do it. So I'm going to hand over this time to Mrs. Ben Foster. Make her welcome, please. Thank you. Ben Foster.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. All right, so first I want to thank you for showing up for this afternoon. It shows your interest and the support that you have for your child's education. Now, this afternoon, I'm supposed to talk to you about the career portfolio, but just before a career is a job that someone does for their lifetime. So we know the popular career like doctor, teacher, lawyer, you name them. All right? So we here at STET, the guidance department for our grade 9 students, we have designed a career portfolio outline for them to do a career roadmap in order for them to become a successful individual in their career. Alright, so the career portfolio is a visual representation of the students' ability, skills, knowledge, qualities, and experience over the years. So over the years that they are here at STEX, the things that they have garnered, this will be a part of their. So sometimes persons are said, what is not written is not said, what is not written is not done. So for them to allow to interact with that crowd, that's why I keep on moving away from the PowerPoint. Alright, so they need this in order to put everything together so that they can have everything one place. So some persons are going to say they don't know what they want to do. So this is going to help them, and this is going to be a roadmap in order to show them and guide them along their career path. Following the parents? Alright, good. To offer students the opportunity to develop and commit to a specific plan for their careers. So we want them to work towards their career. We want them to work towards their long-term goals, their short-term goals. Alright? So this is also to assist the students in exploring major career options. So some of them might hear about a career because their cousins are doing it or their auntie went to do it. We want them to explore themselves so they have a knowledge of what they're going to do. They want to be a nurse because their sister was a nurse and they don't want to do chemistry, physics, and bio. Alright, so we want them to have a hands-on experience on what these careers are. Alright? To aid students in identifying and evaluating their competence, self-knowledge in both in and out of the classroom. So that's their experience that you're a part of, so that you have it. So if you ask the child for it and the child don't give it to you, you have it. So you can also guide the child in doing it and make sure that your child does it. Earlier, Mr. Kogel said grade 9 is his favorite year group. But the students that we normally have problem with at grade 10 is the students. We have a package that we prepare for the students. And this package is where they're going to keep all their career related activities and projects and everything inside of this. Alright? So this is going to be one of their resources. So this package consists of a magazine. There are more than one magazine, but one of the magazines specifically is about suits them best. Because everybody have different interests, everybody have different ways in how they want to operate using their hands, computer, etc. Alright? So this career booklet is important. And the things that they want to complete this portfolio is also found in this career booklet. Everything is inside of this. Alright, so it's $700. Alright, so we're going to do it a little bit different. This form teacher. Alright, so we're going to, each form teacher is going to have it available. So each child must purchase from their form teachers. You bought yours from Mr. Kogel? Alright. Alright, that's fine. So each form teacher will be provided with the career package to sell their individual form students. So it's for $700. Alright? It's for $700. So I'm encouraging you to purchase. We have available, so you're getting in contact with your students, form teachers. Alright? Right, and we have a workshop for the grade 9 students in October. We come and they do the career key test with them. So they guide them. We have persons who are professionally trained in the career area, and they come and they do the test with them. So they need this for October. Alright, so they come and they do the career key test with them and walk them through personality that fits with their job best. They have to do the test. Alright, you don't just get up and you do a job. Alright, some persons like to work with a lot of persons, for example, teachers. We have to work with a lot of students, parents. Some persons just prefer to be in a space around the computer, online work. So they have to do a personality test. Alright? personal assessment, and this is included in the booklet. Now we here at SET, we allow them to do the learning style from grade 7. So we have this information for them. So when they are in the process of completing their career portfolio, they normally come to us at the guidance department and they ask us for this piece of information. Now they would have done this from grade 7. Alright, the student philosophy. So I need a parent to give me an example of a philosophy that they live by. Any parent can give me an example of a philosophy that they live by, or a Bible quote or something. Through all work come great success. Now, in doing this career portfolio, we want the students to have a philosophy to guide them. So every time they think about falling down, they read that. Alright? So this will be one of their strengths in completing their career portfolio. Alright? So that is important. So this will be their personal statement. Because some of them don't have a personal statement, you know. Some of them don't have a mind of their own. So we want them to put in a personal statement so they can live by this and they can follow by this. Alright? So we need them to have short-term and long-term goals. So we don't want them to just say, okay, I want to be a doctor. We want them to write it on paper and we want them to have a plan. So what are their goals? So we need them to have short-term and long-term goals. Now, even though we're going to do this with them in their classes, the reason why we're doing this, some students still don't complete it. So 03, 0373, JM, you're blocking on the outside. So silver car. All right, thank you. All right, so the main part of this research is where they're going to select 2 careers. So each student is going to select 2 careers. So from time to time when I look in the career portfolios, students are going to say, Miss, but a nurse me want to be, a doctor me want to be, a teacher me want to be, and I don't want to be anything else. No, we cannot put our eggs in one basket. We know what's going to happen, right? So normally, I tell them choose 2 careers. If one doesn't work out, then you have the next to bounce back on. Alright? So this is where the students are going to research 2 careers. Now they are going to give me an introduction on the 2 careers. So they must research the careers. So whatever they can find about the career, the definition, the type, the job description, whatever it is that can help them to identify what the career is about. So for example, a nurse, the job description of a nurse, what is a nurse, what does a nurse do, whatever it is, this must go here. But you must have 2 introductions. So you choose 2 career, 2 introduction. So the reason for the career choice, right? So the students must tell me the reason for choosing those 2 careers, right? So first they must establish the 2 careers, introduction for the 2 careers, and the reason why they choose the 2 careers. Students must fully research these 2 careers. So all the information they can garner about these 2 careers, they need to put it in their portfolios. Alright, so in choosing those 2 careers, when researching these careers, so as I said before, there's a magazine inside of here. So if the child said that he wants to become a doctor, the magazine here is going to assist you and the child in telling him or her what subject areas you need to become a doctor. Alright? So the child needs to know the 8 subjects to be selected at the end of grade 9 for those 2 careers. So you see what I'm talking about now, that these students are not going to have an issue once they complete this, so smooth sailing. Once they complete this career portfolio, then they know what they're going to do. CXC and CAVE subject requires for the career choice. So those two ties in. Institution of higher learning in Jamaica and overseas.
That's a little break. A car that is blocking two other cars, and a child is in the car, and I think the driver or the person that is in charge is Tishana Raymond. Please allow our teachers to go home from it. If you have, what car is it again? It's a silver? It's a silver Corolla. The driver silver Corolla, please do that for us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay.
All right, so the institution of higher learning. So in other words, the institution that the child wants to go to pursue these careers that they chose at the top. So the two careers that they chose they must now research the different colleges that offer these careers or these career choices that they choose at number 1. All right? So we know we have different colleges and universities whether overseas. So some persons might want to go overseas or they want to stay here. So they want to stay here locally. All right? So they must identify this from now. All right? They must identify this from now. Now it is also important to know the duration of study for the program that they want to do. So the two careers that they choose up top, it is important for them to know how long will it take them to arrive at this career. All right? It is also important to know the cost of the tuition. Money is very important. All right? So we need to know from now how much we need to save for the child to go to college. So it's helping you two parents. All right? It's helping you too. So the career web, the student must complete the career web. For example, the career web is, you know how a spider web looks, right? So in the middle of the spider web, for example, the child wants to be a teacher, a regular teacher. Now the child must have a visual representation of how him or her wants to be successful and the rank that the child wants to move up into. So I'm just going to give you a quick example. So for example, a teacher. This child wants to start at the level of a teacher. Now, what is it that you want to be after? So you must be improving, right? You don't want to be in one place all the time, collecting the same salary all the time. So the child must have a visual representation of how they want to improve themselves, right? Because career doesn't stop here. Career doesn't stop after you leave college. It continues. So for example, if the child wants to be a teacher, the next step would be what? What if the child wants to be a vice principal or a principal or an education officer, right? So I just need a visual representation of how they want to move up their career level, all right? And the organizations with the job opportunities. We know that some careers are overpacked. We can't get a job when we leave college. So we must, as parents and as students, we must take this in consideration. We have some students who are leaving college and they can't get a job. Right? So we don't want to spend our money and we send them to school for 4 years and they can't get a job when they leave. So they must explore this and see if the career that they're choosing is overcrowded. And it's always best to choose something that is not so overcrowded and do some careers that are not traditionally everybody wants to do them. Alright, so the student can enhance this portfolio. They can put any pictures. For example, if they want to put the picture of the person in the career that they want to do, for example, they want to be a nurse, they can put a picture of a nurse in there, or they Hilux 9752 JM is blockade. And a white Prado. Alright, so the student can
2462
2462
HH. HH.
HHH, white product. Alright, so the student can put any photos related to the career inside of the career portfolio to enhance the career portfolio, how it looks. So creativity, they can put any photos in here to make it look creative and look nice. Alright? So resume. This is something that we're going to do with them as a class topic. So we're going to teach them how to create a resume. Alright, so they will have this to put in their career portfolio. And we know that we need a resume in order to apply for a job. So we're preparing them from now to add to their resume. So their work experience, their community service, whatever they have done before will be placed in their resume. Copy of, okay, so there's a job application. So they're going to go to the internet, the Gleaner, so students love to use the internet. So we're going to send them there this time for a good reason. So they're going to look for a job. So if they want to be a teacher, English teacher, or they want to be a nurse, we're going to send them to look for jobs in these related careers. Right? So we're going to ask them to go and explore and look for these jobs. So they are not going to apply for the jobs, but they're going to write to us in the career portfolio as if they were applying for the job. Understand me, parents? Alright, so they're going to write as they were applying for the job. So copy of recent report certificate, this is optional. And where do they get their information from? This is the last part, the bibliography. Where do they get their information from, their research? Right, it's a book, it's the internet, whatever, wherever they get information from. We have to make sure we give the persons that needs information or for credit. Alright? So this is the end of my presentation. I'm just asking you to continue to support your child. It's a very crucial year for students doing 19 subjects and they need your support more than ever. This is the time now where they're going to say, Mommy, I don't want to come to school, I am under pressure. Alright? But I'm just asking you to continue to support your child wherever you can. Alright, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Pastor. Very important that we support them. Right? If we don't provide the support, we can't hold them accountable. And as I've said earlier, that we need to get the help. Help is not all about money. So if we have pride, show a little of it. Right? Remember, they are your children. When they come home, you have to try and guide them. You're not going to force or impose anything on them. Guide. Because their career, our field, our field. Alright, so we have to do that. And again, as Mr. Kogel would have said, gone are the days when we have lawyer, doctor, and so on to be the main. Anything they want to do, if they want to do something on social media, as long as it is decent, encourage them. Some of these influencers make hundreds of thousands of dollars in US. So the fixed days are gone. Alright, so ensure that you provide the support, whether financial, emotional, and otherwise. Alright, at this time we will have
2462 HH is still blocking. It's the white product. The white product, you're still blocking.
Okay. Thank you. So there's a product. Okay. Alright, again, so if you know you're not parked behind somebody, please make a quick check and ensure that you are not blocking, because most of our teachers would have been going home. Alright, at this time I think we'll have a presentation from I think it's the Dean's area department. Mrs. Cole will come at this time. Give her a hand, please. Oh, sorry, the disciplinary committee, which the Dean is a part of.
Good afternoon, everyone. So normally you're used to one person, the Dean of Discipline, but this year we have a disciplinary committee made up of 6 persons. Myself, Miss Murray, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Morrison, Mrs. Ben Foster, who just spoke, and Mr. James. So we're taking a new approach this year towards discipline. We're trying to mold the children, and we're trying to appeal to their inner sense of worth. So we don't want to be behind them like a dragon. We want to appeal to their sense of responsibility. As Mr. Fogel had spoken about, the theme for this year is accountability. So we want the children to take ownership of any decisions they make and realize that any consequences that come from the decisions they make, it's up to them. So we don't want them to be blaming other persons. I am wearing these shoes because, my hair is not cut because, I'm wearing a tight pants because. It's all about accountability. And we want you as parents to help them as they become accountable members of the school community. So far, the disciplinary problems that we've been having have been haircut for the boys. Many of them don't want to cut their hair or comb their hair. We encourage you as parents and guardians, please encourage them, because wherever they go in society, there are rules that they have to follow. It's not that we're trying to be draconian or we're trying to be too much. We just want the best for the children. We want them to be responsible and accountable members of society, so work with us. We have a zero tolerance approach this year, so if they commit an infraction, we will be calling parents. Maybe some of you have gotten letters already about shoes, uniform, haircuts, whatever it is. We want you to respond positively, because how you respond will impact how the children see us. So if you are negative, they will respond to us negatively, and we don't want that. We want to work with you, cooperate, because we want the best for the children just as you, because many of us are parents too. So it's not that we don't know anything about being parents. So that's what we want. And we'll be working closely with the form teachers and block supervisors to train the children to become more responsible adults. So we'll be using the form time to do that. So basically, we're encouraging you to work with us. If you feel that there's an issue that needs to be resolved, come and see us, okay? And we are here to help and to work along with you. Thank you.
All right, so as a part of the committee, I just want to point out some things to you parents. I'm just asking you, before the child leaves home in the morning, do you look at them? Do you look at them? They leave home they leave home in your care? All right, so some of the students, they leave home in the correct pants. And when they come to school, they're in a different pants. They're in a different shoes. We have cases where we find shoes in students' bags, different change of uniform, different change of clothes. But I'm just asking the parents to just observe them when they're leaving their home. Check their bags. We know the things that are not allowed at school. Alright? So we need to take responsibility for our children to look at their hair. If their hair needs grooming, send them to the barber. Right? Now your child has a right, and your child's right is your responsibility. Because every time you talk to them, they tell you about their right. But their right is your responsibility. Alright? So you have to make sure that you keep them in line. They're a part of an institution, and there are certain rules and regulations that we here have. So they must abide by these rules. Alright? So since school has opened, we have seen a lot of students in suede shoes. Now it is in the handbook that no suede shoes is allowed. Now we are zero tolerance to this matter. Alright, so the phones. So the phones are not allowed at school. So they must not be found with the phone in their possession during class hours. So we have provided a drop-box system. So when they come to school, they must, before they leave home, they must label their phone with their names and their classes. And we provide a drop box. Persons are there to monitor the drop box. So they drop their phone before they go to classes. Before devotion, a matter of fact, they should drop their phone if they are going to take them. Alright, any more questions? She was saying that the child is using the teacher sends the Google Classroom notes, history notes in the Google Classroom. But for the teachers that I know, teachers normally send the notes for the students to read over before class, or they write the notes before class. So I'm not sure if permission is given for those students to carry their phone to classes. Right, so the teacher will have to let us know, because there's a phone, the teacher will have to let us know that these set of students are going to come in on Monday or Tuesday and they will have their phone. Now a discussion will have to be done between the teacher and the disciplinary committee. Alright, so you can just ask your child to tell the teacher to just point that out to us and let us have a discussion. Because they didn't say the teacher's name, but we can talk after. Alright, any other question? Alright, so here's a parent. And it is sent the day before for them to read it for class. Alright, so I know normally that's the case. So they read it or they write from the notes to prepare for the class. Because instead of coming to the class to write the notes, normally they prepare ahead before class. So his question is if the school will take responsibility for the student's phone if it is dropped in the drop box and is misplaced. Yes, we will take responsibility. Once we are offering a system for them to drop their phone, take responsibility for that. Alright? I think my time has expired. Well, if you have concerns, parents, now you will have to make other arrangements. So either you allow the child to leave the phone at home or give it to the customer. This is the system that we are providing for here for the persons who are taking the phone. No, there's a signing. They have to sign in the phone. They have to sign in the phone. And somebody take the phone from them and put it in their class. So there's a box for each class. Alright, so that should be it for questions. If you have any other concerns, we're here. On the outside, you can ask me any other concerns that you're having. All right, thank you.
Thank you again, Mrs. Delcosta. And if you have more concern, again, you can leave them, for the end. You can always drop a concern or comment or so in the parent group, right? So the coordinators and even the form teachers can have access to it. At this point, we're going to have the PTA address. And Mrs. Rogers, right, will come at this point to make some address. Again, we'll take it at the end. Okay. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Let me take this opportunity to say, give yourself a round of applause. It's very good for you to be here. All right? So my name is David Rogers, and I'm a part of the PTA executive. Okay, the PTA executive president is Miss Nelisha Brown-Wint. She's the president. She's the PTA board representative, vice chairman of SEP's board, selected as the grade 7 parent representative. Her child is currently in grade 8. And I just want to add to that, she's the Chief Public Health Inspector of St. Elizabeth Health Department. Vice President is Ms. Saffron Lynch-Codle, Parent Representative, currently in grade 10. Lilith Williams, Public Relations Officer, selected as grade 11 Parent Representative. Child no longer expects, willing to continue and serve as a past parent. Ms. Roxanne Green, Secretary, selected as grade 11 peer representative. Ms. Marian Hutchinson Miller, Treasurer, selected as grade 8 representative. Child currently in grade 9. And I must just say that she is willing and able to continue to be 9th grade representative. Ms. Michelle Robinson, selected as grade 7 parent representative, child currently in grade 8. Yours truly, and Daily Rogers, selected as grade 11 parent representative, child now in 6th form. Mr. Orrit Miller, we only have one male on the team. Williams, sorry. Good, you're watching. Thank you. Mr. Orrit Williams, selected as grade 8 parent representative, child currently in grade 9, and he's willing and able to continue on the board. He's not feeling well, that's why he's not here today. Parents, before she goes any further, do you want Mr. Williams and Mrs. Hutchinson Miller to continue as your representative for grade 9? So may I see an indication? See me after the meeting, all right? Okay, so we have that. We will let them continue, all right? Thank you very much. They're actually working, though now you'll see the work that you're coming in face to face, so we hope that you will all collaborate with them. Thank you very much. So this is the executive members, Melisha Brown-Wint, President, Saffron Lynch-Codle, Vice President, Lilith Williams, Public Relations Officer, Marian Hutchinson Miller, Treasurer, Roxanne Green, Secretary, and Daily Rogers, Michelle Robinson, Orrit Williams. Okay. Teachers working with the PTA 2022 to 2023. So these are the teachers that work alongside the PTA body. Mistress Faith Martin, Mr. Sanjay Morris, Miss Arlene Webb, Michelle Scott, Denise Elliott, Imran Clark, Miss Drummond. And I must let you all know that all these teachers are parents themselves of STEPs. In other words, they have students attending STEPs. Okay, the PTA structure. The executive consists of one person from each group, but the ideal, we need 2 persons. We meet once per month, either face-to-face or online.
We meet with the general PTA at least once per month, that's what we're doing now. Per term. Thank you very much. And of course, we don't just go and do our thing like that. We have to come liaise with the state administration, teachers to plan programs. Overview of activities of the PTA 2021 to 22. We have Teachers Day activity, States Reunion / graduation, State Summer Program, book sale, bumper sticker sale, which we have now. I know a lot of persons are buying their bumper sticker, but before you leave this afternoon, 9th grade parents, we have bumper stickers for $300. Please support, it's very important. PTA sponsorship program, Fruits Day, which we did today. Every Thursday is a Fruits Day. Parent Day. And for the Fruits Day parents, we're asking if you can contribute whatever you have. It's of a worthy cause. Teachers Day activity. We raised a total of $32,000 through parents' contribution. I know some of you may say that you did not hear about it, but we did. So we are announcing what we have been doing, okay? So get on board. Participated in devotional exercise activities. Present certificates of appreciation to every teacher that is a part of St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Give them a round of applause for that. These are the things they appreciate, so we're doing well. Treat teachers to smoothie. Remember, we're on the healthy side, you know. Anybody know their slogan for wellness but eat what? In organization, organizing graduation 2022. State summer program. Let me see all the hands who know that we had a summer program here. Okay, you're well informed. PTA gave full support. 2 members of the PTA executive body sat on the planning committee. A member of the executive, Mrs. Robinson, delivered a course on leadership. She's standing over there in the corner. Miss Robinson, wave to them. Book sale. We collected, and this happened a week before school reopened. Pardon me? You still have your books to sell? Wow. This happened a week before school opened, and we collected 107 used and brand new books from parents mainly from 7th grade and 8th grade. We sold 95 and returned 12. Clap us, man. And persons are saying it's a good thing. It's, you know, they endorse it and they're encouraging us to continue. Collected and hand over $170,000. So we don't keep that money, you know, we gave it to the parents, $170,000. And it's only done in 1 day. Only 1 parent donated $1,000 and a book worth $1,500 to the PTA efforts. Now parents, tell me if you think the PTA body should continue with the book sale if we work so hard, because all of us have a 9-to-5 job, and we work so hard and we collected 100 and over 170,000, and only 1 parent gave us $1,000 plus a book that value $1,500. Is that good? So should we differ from the book sale? So it's going to be a better thing next year. All right, give yourself a round of applause for that. I am taking your word for that. Yes, ma'am? remember, well, you'd have to address the president regarding to that. I cannot answer that right now. But for the way forward, we are going to continue. So for the way forward, we will work out something. All right? PTA sponsorship program. I am glad you're here in our grade 9 parents, because a lot of people, when you invite them to PTA and tell them what's going on, I'm not going anywhere. But you're here to know what is happening at States. Because some persons have the view to say all States want is money, 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 money. Okay. Funds were raised to sponsor the school fee of 2 students who are in need of financial support. Students were identified in collaboration with the guidance department. So we didn't go and do it off our own. We go to the guidance department. The students selected were from grade 8, 10, and we have 1 male, 1 female. So we are not biased, because we could have 2 male and 2 female. So sex is doing things. The bumper sticker, Miss Robinson, that back, we have bumper sticker. PTA in need of funds to help offset the activities. Therefore, bumper stickers for sale for $300. On the bumper sticker we have proud States parent, proud States supporter. I know a lot of you love to go to match football, cricket, champs, everything. So we have those bumper stickers. Fruits Day. Fruits Day. This is every Thursday. Miss Robinson, Miss Williams, they were here from morning. And we aim to raise funds to satisfy nutritional needs for our children. Foods on sale to students at a minimal cost every Thursday. Please support by donating fruits and encouraging your children to purchase fruits. I heard somebody said earlier that children don't want to eat. I have that problem with mine. So if you can give them the money to buy the fruits, that would be good. Alright? Upcoming events. Parent Day. Parent, I am excited about this. I don't know if you are, but I am. So again, working with the guidance department, a series of activities in the month of November. A survey will be done, and parents, I'm asking all of you to get involved, right? 1 presentation each week via Zoom. And ladies and gentlemen, the end of November, that will be Parent Day. And let me tell you something. We were not born to be parents. This is something that we learn from time to time. Each child is different. Each child is unique. Parenting style is different. What I use may be different from you. So I'm imploring each and every one of you here today. Let us have that Parent Day. And when we have that day, let's stay full until Mr. Wellington has to split the class and Mr. Codel and Miss Drummond have to use somewhere else. I am encouraging you. Parenting is not easy. Parenting is not easy. Let me see the hands of persons sitting inside here who have more than 1 child going to school. And it's 2 different personalities, okay? Don't it? Okay, 2 different personalities. So, at the end of November, we want to have a big thing for you parents. Alright? And as I'm at the end of this presentation, we're asking you, support your PTA, strong PTA, make better school. Strong PTA, make better school. And I just want to add to this. I love STETS. I have 2 brothers that attend STETS. I have a son that attends STETS. See him back the window there. That's my baby, right? And I'm just saying, as he leaves to go university, wherever, I still want to be a part of STETS. Not even if I'm not on the PTA board, but I love STETS. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Rogers, a very spirited presentation. And with all that you would have seen and Mrs. Rogers would have said, I think you should be jealous, right, to want to serve the PTA in all. Yes, you don't have to serve as an executive body. You have a child, so you want to serve. Serving meaning sharing information, sharing parenting skill, etc. You know, guiding your teacher, informing them as to how your child is, you know, at some of these little things. So it would have been better for the 2 different groups, the teachers, the parents, so we come together for one body. All right, I think we have been going well. I've been going very well so far. At this point in time, I think we will have covered most of the information that we need to. Right? Okay.
I know when parents hear about bumper sticker, they're thinking about car. Bumper sticker is not only for car. I have mine on my Bible. Anywhere you can hold, just to show that you're supporting the school. So you don't have to have a car or anything like that to put it on. Thank you very much.
All right? And I think nearly everything that we would have said tied in, right? You have been tied in, so we're getting some sales for the stickers. All right? I do hope that the next time, you know, when we meet, we'll have a larger group, right? We'll have a larger group. And again, once we work together as a team, people will see what is going on. And once we work team, then it would have been better for your child, students. All right? Again, I want you to, as I had started, provide the necessary support for your child or children. Right? If it means that it is you alone, go to agencies that you can get help. The school guidance committee, they can provide some amount of help. They can refer you. It makes no sense you allow the child to grow to a stage that you don't have much control, because they are going to cause or be a nuisance to society in the youth. It has been said by many politicians that it is the home and the school that are producing criminals. That's why we have PTA and from the home, teacher from the school, with the help experts. So yes, to help them academically. You have relatives, friends, siblings, get the help, man. We want when they leave here with more than what they came with. Came with PEP result alone, they are to leave with more than that. Subjects and skills and good mannerism. That is the only way we can have a better Jamaica. We have to start with each one of us one step. All right, if there are any questions, I think Mrs. Drummond will foster that section.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rowe. As I said, we have had a good day, so we are now basically at the end. So, is there any question?
Because of the extra class, and if there's going to be transportation for the children.
Alright, so for the extra classes, which are the evening school, the cost is $6,000. I think for registration, no transportation. No. All right, question? All right, the career portfolio, you can give them the money now to purchase. Mr. Kogle, the portfolios are ready? What we're going to do, what the guidance department, what they have asked us is that you send the money with your child. The form teacher will write down those who would have paid. As soon as the portfolios are ready, the form teachers will give it to them. So you can start sending the money as of Monday. The career workshop is October 6th, and that's going to be between 9 o'clock to 10:30. To ensure that they reach out early, ensure that they come to school. So it's not the entire day. It's just 9 o'clock to 10:30. Well, guidance department will be the veterans. When is it? The career portfolios will be due at the end of the first term. At the end of the first term, which is at the end of this term. So you have time, but the earlier you get, the earlier it's done. Well, the two WhatsApp groups, we have two groups for the parents, and we have a group for the form group. Now the general parent group is the one that is called either if you're in grade 9-1 or 9-2. If you're in 9-1 and 9-2, you can come out of one of them. And then you'd also be in the one with the form teacher. You can't leave that one either in case the form teacher needs to tell you something. They need to give you the information right there. Right, that's what I'm saying. So the 9G is the form class. The other one is the general parent group. So you can't leave any of them. Yes.
For the year.
The $6,000 for the year. It is due. So it means that you will have to get it in October. They should finish it by the end of the term. All right? Mr. Kogle will sort it out. So you just send in the money and they will sort it out and they will get it by the time it's ready. All right? The extra classes are based on the subjects that they will be doing. Yeah. Good question, but I am not sure I know about that. Mr. Kogle, you know anything about this? So you have to see Mr. Kogle after, all right? All right, so the ministry he's asking about rental books. The ministry has not yet sent those that they promised us. So we don't have any to give out now. If you have any at home that your child has from grade 8, we are encouraging you, please, to send them in. Please send them in. Pardon? But yeah. Email address is for Redweb. Redweb will be up. You want to talk on Redweb, Mr. Kogle? Mr. Kogle is going to talk about the Redweb where you'll be able to access your child's grade.
So for this year, we are working on all parents accessing RenWeb. So at any time you'll be able to go on the system and check the scores of your child, what is happening in each class. So the major activity for this term is our 6 weeks test in October. SWAT, you might know it as SWAT. So we're saying after the SWAT is administered, we're hoping that by that time, parents will be able to go on and access those scores. So between now and then, the school will be in contact with you to get emails and to set up your account on RenWeb. I don't know if it's this group, but I know we started it a couple of years back, where some parents actually set up their accounts. You can still continue to use that, but for those who were not successful, we're saying by the middle of October, all parents should be able to access RenWeb, okay?
In respect to this one, are the questions selected generally or based on the subject you like? My son had a challenge with some of the tests that were given to him because he said questions that were there were not related to the subject that he was taught.
All right, so 6 weeks assessment. So whatever would have been covered from they came back the first Monday up to October. And I will tell you how it is designed. Well, the term break in October, we give them that little period when they are at home for the 2 or 3 days to come to prepare. So as soon as they return, they will do it. It covers, the test is what they would have covered. So if they get a test and they don't know, see anything that something is wrong there. So generally, it's not generally, in all instances, the questions are what would have been covered in class. But I don't, you're saying questions, the teachers are not going to give the students questions necessarily, you know. So, you have to have another discussion. Something is not clear here. So, was this when we were online or face to face? Well, to be honest, I'm trying to understand how that could have happened, but hopefully we don't have the same experience again going forward, all right? Let me go and come up.
Alright, I'm just asking about the reports last year. There were some errors based on the absentee of some students, especially mine, which was absent over 7 times for the period of a year. I want that addressed.
Alright, so we have some issues with RenWeb. They have been brought to my attention. We are working with the administrator to have them rectified. Alright, so we are aware Mrs. Drummond would have brought, and the thing is, you all know Mrs. Drummond, right? Mrs. Drummond was a grade 8 coordinator, and we deliberately placed her at grade 9 because some of the issues that you have, she will be better able to manage them or to relate them to the admin. So I am aware of some of the issues that we got the reports at the end of the last school year, and that is why I'm saying one of the solutions is to have the parents have access. So right throughout the course of the year you can check up, and then you can check with the teachers to find out why it is this score,